Where do you start when you shower? Most people never think twice about it. You turn on the water, step in, and let the stream hit wherever it lands first. Usually the head, the neck, or the shoulders. You have done it that way your entire life and nothing bad has happened. So it must be fine. But what if that single unexamined habit is placing your brain under serious cardiovascular stress every single morning? Today, we are going to look at exactly why shower order matters, what happens inside your blood vessels when you get it wrong, and how to make one of the most routine parts of your day genuinely safer. Let us start with a striking fact. Research on bath-related deaths in Japan, a country with one of the world's most developed bathing cultures, found that bath and shower-related sudden deaths exceed the number of traffic fatalities annually. Over 90% of those deaths occur in people aged 65 or older, and the primary mechanism, in the majority of cases, is a rapid, uncontrolled change in body temperature that triggers a dangerous swing in blood pressure. South Korea reports more than 3,000 bathroom-related deaths per year. These are not accidents caused by slipping on wet floors alone. A significant proportion involve cardiovascular and cerebrovascular events, strokes and cardiac arrests, triggered inside the bathroom by sudden thermal shock to the body. To understand why shower order matters, you need to understand what happens inside your blood vessels. The moment hot or cold water makes contact with your skin, your body is constantly working to keep blood pressure, heart rate, and core temperature within a stable range. The entire cardiovascular system is built around the principle of gradual adaptation. Sudden temperature change is the enemy of that stability. When hot water hits the skin, the blood vessels in that area dilate rapidly, pulling blood toward the surface. The heart responds by trying to increase output to compensate for the redistribution. This creates a sharp, temporary spike in blood pressure, followed by a drop as the vessels expand fully. When cold water hits instead, vessels constrict immediately and blood pressure surges in seconds. These swings are manageable if they happen gradually and affect a small area of the body. They become dangerous when they are sudden, large, and happen at a site where the most critical blood vessels in the body are located. That site is the head and neck. The carotid arteries running up through the neck, and the vast network of cerebral microvessels in the brain, are the most sensitive and the most consequential blood vessels in your entire body. They regulate blood flow to the brain, which requires a constant, precisely controlled supply of oxygen every second. When hot water suddenly strikes the top of the head, before the body has had time to adapt, a disproportionately large vascular response is triggered at the exact location where any pressure surge or flow disruption is most dangerous. Blood pressure can spike sharply in the cerebral vessels, and if those vessels are already weakened by atherosclerosis, hypertension, or age-related stiffening, the wall can rupture. That is a hemorrhagic stroke. If blood pressure drops suddenly, cerebral perfusion falls and neurons are temporarily starved of oxygen, causing dizziness, sudden weakness, or loss of consciousness, and a fall onto a hard bathroom floor. If the interruption is prolonged, it becomes an ischemic stroke. Clinical case studies published in neurological journals have documented strokes occurring during or immediately after bathing with sudden water. Temperature changes identified as a significant contributing factor. In multiple cases, the morning hours amplify this risk considerably. Blood pressure follows a daily rhythm that reaches its lowest point during sleep and rises sharply around the time of waking. In the first 1 to 2 hours after getting up, blood pressure is at its most volatile and most elevated point of the day. This is precisely why cardiovascular events, strokes and heart attacks, occur most frequently in the morning. When someone wakes up, goes directly to the bathroom, and immediately hits their head and neck with hot water, while their body temperature is still low, and their blood vessels are still constricted from sleep, they are layering an acute thermal shock onto an already unstable cardiovascular baseline. For a person with normal blood pressure in healthy vessels, the body compensates. For someone with hypertension, diabetes-related vascular damage, or arterial stiffening, the margin for error is extremely narrow. So what is the right approach? The guiding principle, recommended by cardiovascular specialists, is straightforward: move from the periphery to the center. From the parts of the body. Farthest from the heart to the parts closest to it, and always from the feet upward. Begin by directing water onto the feet and ankles. The peripheral vessels in the feet are the most distant from the brain and the heart, and they carry the lowest risk when subjected to thermal change. When water touches the feet, the autonomic nervous system detects the temperature signal and begins the process of cardiovascular adaptation, gradually sending incremental signals to the heart and adjusting vessel tone slowly and safely. Think of it as the warm-up phase before exercise. You do not sprint from a standing start. You prepare the system. From the feet, move to the calves and shins, then the thighs and hips. Then the abdomen and back, then the chest, and then the arms and shoulders. By the time you reach the head, the entire body has been progressively acclimatized to the water temperature. Blood pressure has stabilized at a new equilibrium, and the cerebral vessels are not receiving an abrupt thermal shock. They are receiving a gradual, expected change. The risk of a sudden pressure event is dramatically reduced. Water temperature itself matters enormously. The optimal range recommended by specialists is between 37 and 40 degrees Celsius, which is 98 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. This range gently promotes vasodilation and circulation, without driving the extreme hemodynamic responses that come with very hot or very cold water. You can test without a thermometer by placing the inside of your wrist under the water. It should feel warm and pleasant, not hot. If it feels hot enough to make you pull away, it is too hot. Cold showers present a different but equally real risk. Cold water causes immediate vasoconstriction throughout the body, and blood pressure can spike dramatically within seconds, particularly in people who already have elevated baseline blood pressure or stiff arteries. Shower timing deserves attention too. Immediately after a large meal, blood is diverted to the digestive system. Adding a hot shower at that moment pulls more blood toward the skin, leaving the brain relatively undersupplied. Wait at least 30 minutes to 1 hour after eating before showering. After alcohol consumption, the vessels are already dilated from the alcohol's vasodilatory effect. Adding hot water amplifies the drop in blood pressure and makes fainting in the shower significantly more likely. After intense exercise, core temperature is already elevated. Give the body at least 20 to 30 minutes to begin cooling down before showering, and start with comfortably warm rather than hot water. After the shower ends, do not rush out. Hot water leaves the vessels dilated and blood pressure slightly lower than usual. Standing up quickly or bending forward rapidly to towel dry your hair can cause blood pressure to drop momentarily, producing dizziness or fainting. Stay in the bathroom for 3 to 5 minutes. Move slowly, and sit while drying your hair if possible. A few important cautions. People who have already experienced a stroke or heart attack, or who are taking blood pressure or heart medications, should discuss their showering habits directly with their physician, as individual needs vary. If you experience severe sudden headache, weakness or numbness on one side of the body, slurred speech, vision disturbance, or extreme dizziness during or after a shower, these are warning signs of stroke. Stop immediately, sit or lie down safely, and call emergency services. In stroke care, every minute matters. Brain tissue is lost rapidly without treatment, and the window for effective intervention is narrow. If this video was helpful, please subscribe and share it with someone who showers every morning without thinking about where they start. Leave a comment telling us where you typically begin your shower, and whether you are going to make a change. Next time, we cover the 7 warning signs of stroke that most people miss until it is too late. Turn on notifications so you do not miss it.